Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to be doing a Sephora haul. This is quite a large one. We have a lot of new products, a lot that I haven't shown you, and then a lot of them that I did actually do first impressions on. I always say that I'm going to wait for the sale. The sale is coming early November. I will do a recommendations video and you guys will definitely know when the sale begins. But I always say I'm gonna wait and then I just can't. Some things I just get so excited about or I want to review for my channel. I feel like you guys are very much like me, like impulsive, I need it now. So I'm trying to work on that, but my cart is more so filled with like Restocks, stuff that I use every single day, like eyeliners, mascaras, things like that. But the new, I just gotta have it now. I will link everything that I talk about today down below, as well as my makeup that I'm wearing right now. If you like these type of videos, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe, and let's go ahead and begin. Before we jump into the haul, I am partnering with Built Bar because we have a brand new flavor. If you've been following me, you've heard me talk about Built Bar. I'm super passionate about this because I have a huge sweet tooth and I eat these every single day. And I really love when they come out with new flavors. I just like trying all the different flavors and I love their limited releases. Those tend to be my favorites. So we have a brand new flavor available now. I got to try this about a week ago and this is blueberry muffin. This is delicious. When they told me about this flavor, I was like, send it over. I'll see if I like it. I do tend to lean more on the like brownie chocolate cookie dough, but there's been some surprising flavors that I loved, like the coconut, the raspberry. Blueberry muffin tastes just like a blueberry muffin, but what I love about this, it's not overpowering. So there are chunks of blueberry in there, but there's not a ton, so it's very mild. The macros on this is incredible. 140 calories, 17 grams of protein, 6 grams of sugar. So if you don't know what Built Bar is, essentially they are delicious protein bars that are guilt-free. They're low calorie, high protein, and low sugar. So you can have them every day and they feel like a treat. You feel like you're having a candy bar, but you don't feel guilty about it. You don't have to really think about it too much because the calories aren't out of this world. The protein is high. It helps me get more protein in. I like to have certain bars in the morning, maybe with a piece of fruit, or like I said, some of them for dessert. I always take them with me on the go. The other day I went and got my hair done. I took 2 cookie dough bars with me. I ate one and gave one to my stylist and she was like, these are delicious. She's like, you always bring these in. So I gave her one to try out. I've sent them to Cheryl. She's fallen in love with some of the chunk bars. So really, it's one of those things that I feel passionate about because I genuinely keep my house stocked with these at all times. And I know a lot of you guys have purchased these and fallen in love with them as well. So they have so many different flavors. You'll just have to check their website to see which flavors appeal to you. So if you're interested in checking out Built Bar, I will leave a link down below as well as my code to save 10% off site-wide. Take a look at their website, check out the flavors they have. They do rotate them a lot, so you definitely want to keep an eye on it if there's a flavor that you've been wanting to try. But I will leave all the information down below and let's go ahead and get into this Sephora haul. So let's start off with the product that I'm most excited about. I did a first impressions on this a few days ago and it is finally available now on Sephora online. So I will link it. Also his website and I believe Cult Beauty. So I will leave those links down below. I had to go on the hunt for this. They had it in certain stores, which I thought was really weird even before he announced it. But I'm talking about the new Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Palette. When I saw somebody pick this up, I saw it on Instagram. Somebody basically just said, look what I found at my local Sephora. And I was like, what? So I was calling around trying to find it. I finally got my hands on it and I've been using it ever since. I'm wearing it right now. This is like my dream palette. If you've been watching my channel, this will be no surprise. So essentially this is the Patrick Ta Cream and Powder Blush Duos, but 3 new shades in a palette for holiday. It's $58. His original blush duos are $34 each. So I think that's a great price because you get 3 brand new shades. If you've seen my channel, I've raved about those blush duos. Honestly, too many times to count. The formula on them is so special. If you're someone that's afraid of cream products, enhancing your texture, lifting off your powders, this is going to be a formula you want to try because he actually recommends applying the powder first and then going in with the cream to really give you that glow. I demoed these in my video, so I think a lot of people may think, oh, you're gonna go in with the cream first and then put the powder on top, but it's actually the opposite. Now you can do whatever you want, but that's how he made the formula and that's how he recommends using them. The shades in here are so beautiful. So I have this one right here all over my, cheeks and across my nose. I also mixed in a little bit of this. This shade is surprising because it looks really deep in the pan, but it gives you that sunburnt kind of look. This one is a punchy coralish color, and then this one is like doll baby cheeks. I just can't get enough of this palette. The formula on this is absolutely perfection. I think this is gonna sell out, honestly, before the sale even starts. So I will link it down below, but super, super happy to have this. I just think he knocked it out of the park with this formula, and I'm so happy that he came out with 3 new shades and didn't just repackage old ones. So if you wanna get your hands on this, I highly recommend getting it because I think it's gonna sell out. Speaking of cream blushes, before the Patrick Ta one dropped, I saw this online and I picked it up. I have not used it yet. I was going to use it with you guys on a trying new makeup, and then a ton of stuff dropped. This is from the Sephora collection. It's the Clean Velvet Cream Blush Palette. There was 2 different colors. I got the lighter of the 2. When you open it up, it has 4 different shades in here, and I really love punchy colors, so I grabbed the lighter one. Now, from reading the reviews though, they seem a little bit rough. I don't feel like this is getting tons of good reviews. I've not heard anybody talk about this. Now, when I'm swatching it right now, it almost is a little bit chunky in the pan, like a little bit almost like it's pilling. So I wonder if that's sort of why people aren't loving this. I've seen reviews saying the shades were really off. They ordered it looking at the pictures online, and then what they got was different. I like punchy shades, so I actually really like the shades in here, but I haven't tried these on my face yet, so I really can't tell. But has anybody else picked this up, and what do you think about it? If so, would you like to see me demo this? Because I definitely can do that. I mean, I don't know what to compare the formula to, just because when I feel it, it feels a little bit dry and chunky in the pan. You have to really kind of press in there, and I can see what they mean by velvet just because it feels a little bit like a cream to powder, but I don't know how that would translate on the skin. So if you want me to review this and to try new makeup, I can definitely do that. So next up is a new launch I've been waiting to get my hands on. I typically get PR from Tower 28, but I really wanted to grab this to review it. This is their new Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. I'm a huge fan of Tower 28. I've fallen in love with their cream blushes. I like their Bronzinos even for a glowy, sort of bronzy look, and I also love their lip glosses. So I'm really excited to see a new product from them. And what I like about this is it's an SPF, but it's tinted. It's supposed to have a light to medium coverage, which is what I like to hear rather than sheer. So I picked up the shade Mulholland, and I just kind of guessed online. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a squeezy tube on here, and let's go ahead and swatch it. I would say you still want to put sunscreen on underneath this. This would be a product though that would be really nice for those of you that just wants a light medium coverage and you want to get something to cover up your imperfections, make you feel a little bit more evened out, but you really don't want to go in with a full-blown foundation. And if you're in a hurry, maybe this would be enough for SPF alone. Obviously you want to wear more SPF, but I'm just saying if you're in a hurry, you can kind of wipe this on and get out the door. It feels very thin in texture. It doesn't feel overly greasy, and I think that shade's going to work for me. So I'm curious to see what the coverage is like. I mean, looking at it on my hand, it does look like it has a good light medium coverage, not too sheer to where it's not going to do anything. So definitely going to be trying this soon, but if you've already tried it, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. So this next product, I ordered one, I think either 1 or 2, and I love the formula, so I went a little bit crazy. I was gonna wait for the sale, but I really didn't want to because I really love the formula. So I picked up not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 of the new Melt Cosmetics Perfectionist lip pencils. So I got 4 of the more nude shades I thought would work for me, and then I do have the deepest brown in my cart for the sale. I'm trying to tell myself, like, you can wait on that one. I love this formula. Now, Melt previously had some of my favorite lip liners, and I'm not sure if this has replaced those. I'm assuming so because some of the shades have been out of stock and they have not been restocked in quite a while. So I picked up from lightest to deepest. I got Bare, then I got Cashmere, Sepia, and then I got Cinnamon. So these range in tone, and actually Bare can work for me. I was nervous that it wouldn't, but Bare is more of an everyday lip liner for me just because it's not like a deep tone. The formula on these is a old school wooden pencil. They sort of remind me of a MAC lip pencil. So they tug a little bit more. They're not ultra creamy, but they also don't get chunky or sticky, and that's why I like them. tone. Sepia may be my favorite just because it's more of a brown olive tone and it's a little bit deeper. And I really like also cinnamon and cashmere for more of like an everyday or like a fall lip. I would use cinnamon. They all look quite similar from here, but when you do apply them, they have like differences in tone. I don't think you need to get all of them like me, but I really love the formula. If you like a MAC lip liner, I think you would really like these. I think the packaging is beautiful, and I'm probably gonna end up, you know, with all of these because I love the formula so much. Next up, I actually purchased my first mini Natasha Denona palette. So this is the mini Metropolis eyeshadow palette. It is an eyeshadow and brush gift set. So I've never seen her put a brush in, and I haven't used it yet, but there's this little brush that comes with it. And this color story looked really beautiful. I honestly bought it to review for you guys. I do have the Metropolis palette, which I love, but this color story I think is beautiful. I like that you have two shimmers, one more of a light gold and then one more of that kind of green shade. I mean, I love the green packaging. And then I also love that you have a lighter tone matte, a deeper one, and then one to sort of blend the edges. I used it the other day and it blended beautifully. I already know I love her formula, but the color story is really beautiful for fall. You can really stay in that neutral zone, or you could go in with the green to really amp it up. I think this would be a beautiful gift. The price point is right, and I love the color she chose for this. It can be a little repetitive if you have the Metropolis palette, but I really bought it because I thought it was really cute. It's my first mini palette from her, and also to review. So if you guys want me to review this, let me know down below and I can definitely do that. So a new product from One Size I picked up is the Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I did demo this in a Trying New Makeup. I am still trying to get my thoughts on it. This is what the packaging looks like. This is flammable. So this is like super flammable. And the sprayer on this is really nice and light, but the scent is not. The scent is like cologne. And I wish it wasn't, because that really turns me off. I really don't mind scents, but this is heavy. It's very much like the Huda Beauty original in the black can, and I don't know if a lot of people are going to enjoy that. It almost does give you a little bit of like a powdery finish, but again, I have not used it enough to give a full review to you guys. But for now, I'm continuing to test it out and put it against other setting sprays to see if I would recommend it, even with the scent. But if you've tried this, I'd love to know your thoughts down below, whether the scent bothered you or if you found that it really prolonged your makeup. Also in that Trying New Makeup, I did try out the new Rose Inc Soft Light Luminous Hydrating Concealer. So this is my first product from Rose Inc. I got the shade LX050, and I found this to be nice coverage and a little bit hydrating, but not as hydrating as the Kosas or the ABH. So again, I'm still getting my thoughts on it. It has a pretty big doe foot wand, and then this is what the shade looks like. It blended out nicely in my video. I like the way that it looked, but I really have been loving some other concealers recently, so I'm gonna have to keep, again, testing this out to see if I notice that it wears better, if it's more smoothing, if it's more hydrating, more coverage. So I'm still getting my thoughts on it, but my first impression on it was quite good. I have my eye on some of her cream blushes for the sale. I almost got one, but then I was like, I can wait for that because I haven't really had many requests to review this brand. So let me know if you guys are interested in this brand or not. Definitely am eyeing those cream blushes, so I might pick up one or two during the sale. So now let's talk highlighters. I often am not drawn to many new highlighters, especially because I have my favorite formulas that I just keep reaching for, but for some reason, not one, not two, but three came out that really caught my eye. So let's start off with the LYS Beauty Aim High Pressed Highlighter Powder. I picked up the shade Brave. LYS came out with liquid highlighters as well, but I really don't use those as much, so I grabbed the powder, and this is a really beautiful high shine powder. The one thing I will say about it is very creamy, so it does pick up on a brush, but sometimes I feel like it gets a little bit glittery on the skin. It's very blinding and beautiful, but it's one of those that I feel like you probably want to spray your brush before you apply it, because otherwise it's not one of those that you can kind of buff all over, because I feel like it does have a little bit of glitter and it may fall on the face, but I am enjoying it. I'm glad I picked it up. It's just one of those that I do enjoy more when I spray my brush before I put it on. Now this next highlighter I had no idea about. I actually was watching Teresa is Dead. I love her and her channel. She just cracks me up. And she was reviewing this and she put that bitch on and I said, add to cart, okay? This is the Givenchy Prism Libre highlighter in 01. So it's one of those that has multiple powders. So inside you have 2 pink and 2 gold. Now here's the thing, I don't love loose highlighters typically, and I also don't really like that they have them like diagonal to each other because it's really hard to get a separate swatch, or maybe if you just want to go in with the gold, or maybe you want to go in with the pink, it's hard to separate them. Now, when I swatched this, I really didn't think that it was anything, you know, special, but on the face, it really is gorgeous. So this is what it swatches like. It's a very thin powder, and it really is a beautiful glow. And when you even look at it in the pan or in the jar, I thought it might be too deep for me, but Teresa is really, really fair skinned, and I have, you know, more of a light medium skin tone because I do self tan. So it works on me just fine. So I'll have to keep trying this out, but when she applied it, I was sold and I added it to my cart. I really don't buy a ton of makeup from Givenchy, but I thought that this was such a beautiful release for holiday. So I will be trying this in a try new makeup to come. This last highlighter I actually didn't get on Sephora. I'm hoping it will come to Sephora, but I had to share it. When I tried this and when I got it in the mail, it's stunning. This is the new Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Lunar Nude. This is so beautiful. I'm wearing it right now. So the packaging has this beautiful gold reflection, and then it has a black back to it. This is her holiday highlighter. Look at the embossing on this. This is stunning. I know, I want to say Hermes came out with a new highlighter, and it reminds me of this. Now this is pricey. I want to say it was $60. So this is definitely going to be like a luxury buy. But when I applied this, it's gorgeous. I'm wearing it right now. It's like a champagne, I would say pinky tone. Beautiful formula. It's not very powdery at all. It gives you that high shine. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more. I mean, this is gorgeous. Woo! Gorgeous formula. I love this formula. I love the color. It's blinding. It's blinding. It doesn't enhance my texture. It's that kind of baked formula that is very much like the ABH Amrezy, something like that. I had to mention it because it's so, so gorgeous. I'm hoping it comes to Sephora, but I got it from the Pat website. So if you're interested, I will link it down below. And I will also use this in videos to come to give you a little bit more information. So it wouldn't be a Babs haul if I didn't grab some lip products. So I did grab 3 this time. I picked up another one of the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Shine On lipsticks. This is in the shade 130 Jubilant Caramel. So I really like the one that I got before. It's in Cheerful Beige. These are very hydrating. Oh, I forgot I had that swatch on there still. Very hydrating. They give you almost like a balm feel with, I would say, like a medium coverage. You can build them up to give you more pigment, but they feel like a balm. They're very comfortable. They give you a nice shine. So they look really beautiful. They just don't wear super long. So that's my only complaint. They're not going to be one that's going to hang on for hours. They're one that you can kind of throw on and go, and they feel very comfortable and give you a nice shine to the lips. So I've been really enjoying these Makeup Forever lipsticks. I think the packaging is beautiful, but I like the shine they give with also feeling like a balm, but giving you the pigment of a lipstick. They're just very comfortable, and they blend beautifully with really any of my nude lip liners. So I actually am looking at maybe a couple more during the sale. I also did pick up another of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So these are her matte lipsticks for holiday, or she released them recently. So I picked up Cover Star originally, and I got the second lightest shade, which is called Catwalking. So these are a matte formula. They are not like the Makeup Forever. These are going to hang on a little bit longer. They have that matte powdery finish. They're not drying, or they don't feel like cakey on the lips, but they definitely hang on longer than the Makeup Forever, and they don't have that shine or that balm feel. I just love Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. It's a luxe experience, but she really knows how to do different tones of nude, whether that be like the pinky Pillow Talk or more of the brown nude like Nude Kate. So I'm a huge fan of her lipsticks, so I had to grab another one. I also did pick up one more of the Fenty Beauty Heat glosses, and I got the shade Fussy Heat. So I picked up the original one, which I really liked. It's that really sort of jelly red tone, super beautiful. These are her plumping glosses. So they do have sort of a cinnamon feel to them. They're not as intense as a Too Faced lip injection, but they're definitely more intense than a Buxom gloss. And this shade is in the shade Fussy, which I feel like a lot of people really love. I still think that I probably probably would prefer the red one just because I like the almost popsicle lip that the red one provides. But I do like pink glosses and I love this formula. It's a little bit tacky, it's a little bit thick, like it coats your lips. So they're gonna give you that plumping effect, smoothing out your lines, but they're really gonna give you that high shine finish, that glass-like look on your lips. So I'm happy to have this again. Fenty really does great with lip products in general. So I'm hoping she may come out with more shades. I know she just released some sort of holiday kit, but I haven't really looked at it to compare and see which shades are in there. But I thought this was a beautiful light pink color and the formula is really nice when I want that really high shine lip gloss. I have two palettes that I picked up recently, so I thought I would haul them for you guys. Now I did do first impressions on these, so again, I will link them down below. The first one is the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. So this is her holiday palette. This is such a stunning packaging and color story. This is really a shimmer lover's dream. So you only have 4 mattes in here, but I personally don't buy Pat McGrath for the matte shades. She really is known for the different textures and finishes in her shimmers, metallics, duochromes. So you do get 18 shades in here, but they're all different colors and tones. So when I did a first impressions on this, I tried to use as many shimmers as possible, but you really can take it any way you want to, whether that be the blue, the orange, gold, you can go pink, you can go green. So just swatching some of these, you can see you've got like a duochrome, you've got these really intense high shine, like foiled. Then you've got more of the metallic. I mean, these are stunning, stunning, stunning. So if you're somebody that wants a palette to really complement maybe all of your neutral palettes or your matte palettes, and you want something for the holidays to really just make your eyes pop, I think this is a great option. I love the packaging on it. I think the price is fair. It's that great Pat McGrath formula. So I would recommend this to those of you that loves metallics and love shimmers. Along with the Pat McGrath palette, I did a review on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. So this is the holiday palette from ABH. This is a really beautiful peachy purple color story. So it's very romantic and it's gonna give you those beautiful berry purple looks, but you can also put this copper on there to take it a different way. You've got pinks and golds, and then you've got these blushes in here. So I did a review on this. My only complaint really is the fallout. It was blending beautifully and everything came out gorgeous. It's very much that romantic, peachy purple tones. The fallout is intense on this one. Now, if you're familiar with ABH shadows, it's really not shocking to you, but definitely do your eyes first if you're gonna be using this. The fallout specifically on this shade was absolutely insane. They're very powdery and the shimmers in here are quite chunky and thick. So barely touch in and then sort of rub on your eye or kind of press and slide on your eye so you're not gonna get fallout all over your face. So that's really my only complaint. The blushes in here, I actually like the burnt one, but I know this is not gonna work for everyone. This light shade is quite light, so I sort of wish they would have just not done blushes in here just because you really kind of can't have blushes that are gonna work for everyone in one palette. But overall, I think it performed beautifully, and if you love the color story and you're not bothered by fallout, I think you would really like this. And then last up, I just got a couple restocks, which is really interesting to me because I rarely run out of concealers or powders, but I actually went through an entire powder and an entire concealer, and I couldn't wait because these are things that I use every single day. So I picked up another of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder in Pound Cake. This is just one of my favorites. This, along with the Hailey's Beauty, are the most smoothing powders ever. This is my go-to to put under my eyes and on my T-zone. I do use the Hailey's as well. This is more brightening because the Hailey's Beauty one is a little bit more yellow toned, and I went through an entire jar of this. That's how you know I love a product. So I went ahead and picked up another one, and then I also picked up another Kosas Revealer Concealer. I got the shade 01. So I have this in multiple shades, but I use 01 to carve under my brow, cover my microblading, and as an eye base. And I went through an entire jar. Like, I was scraping the sides of it. Nothing covers my microblading as easily as this one, and I don't know if it's just the formula, I don't know if it's just the shade of it, but I also love that this is a more hydrating concealer, so it's not too drying on my eyelids because I do have really dry eyelids, and sometimes when I put like an eye base on, my eyelids are flaky. So these are just two staple products that I have actually gone through, and I had to get a restock, and I had one of you guys reach out and give me a 20% off coupon for the friends and family sale, so I went ahead and restocked these. Alright guys, so I think that is everything for this Sephora haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link all the products down below as well as videos that I did using some of these palettes in case you missed it. Don't forget to check out Built Bar. I will have them at the top of my description box. Also, my VIB recommendation sale video will be coming. So I'm working on that right now so we can get ready for the sale because I know a lot of you are waiting to restock on your favorites and maybe pick up some new things during the sale. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.